Good day, everyone. First of all, I would like to say lots of thanks for the warm welcome and for organizing this unique event and to be here. And I'm very honored to share our experience of what we are doing at home in my country, as I know that our challenge is not only ours. So, רואים רחוק. My name is Tal. My background, I've been studying biology and political science. What I'm going to present now is our experience of working with people on the spectrum and how it connected to this advanced technology that all of us are sharing. So first of all, רואים רחוק. What does it mean? It's in Hebrew, if I'll translate it, is seeing far, to see far. And we didn't translate it into any other language because in our language it has another meaning. And the other meaning is looking into the future. So we keep this name. It's hard to say for some of you. We say רואים רחוק. That's how we pronounce it in my Hebrew language. So the idea of the program, one of them is leveraging strength, to look at people what good at, and later on the challenges. But once we change our point of view on anything, but about people it's very special, we can see things that we don't see if we only look at the challenges and the difficulties. So I would like to start with a short video clip that speaks about itself.
Neta is our eldest son. He's a very happy boy. He always wanted to be like everybody else.
I would say that in every step of his life, we had question marks. Throughout the way, he struggled all the time with autism, and we struggled to find the right framework that will be the best for him.
He always knew that he wants to go to the army and to do something contributing. It's very important for him to be a part of the community.
IDF is a crucial milestone to go through in order to become a real, proud Israeli. For years, the IDF was closed for people with disabilities.
רואים רחוק program is about taking the visual capabilities of people with autism and making use of these abilities to help the IDF and the intelligence. It's very important to get everybody involved in the IDF. Autistic, for me it's very important because my son is autistic.
We started the program with the idea that people on the autistic spectrum have special visual capabilities. And there's already science research that's proved that they see different. Some of them are doing aerial photo analyst. Some of them are doing quality assurance for software. Others, information sorting.
This is not a project of charity. This is a project of excellence. Now, once I was given proof that the kids that are going through the project of רואים רחוק could function in IDF, that's the time when Ono Academic College went into this project and said, let's bring this together and make sure that Israel could be proud of them and they could be proud of Israel.
רואים רחוק program gives these young adults an horizon for the future. We simulate as much the working day in the army so they can get ready. In these 3 months, they learn the military profession as well as how to be a soldier.
I remember the first day that he was getting in his uniform in the army. We saw someone stepping there, coming towards us, and we didn't believe it's our son. He was with uniform, very proud in himself, walking like that, very tall, and this was very, very exciting moment. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
There is no difference between רואים רחוק soldiers and regular soldiers. רואים רחוק soldiers interpret satellite images and air photos to acquire relevant terrain data and deliver it to the commanders in the field. Our unit is also called the eye of the country. We are working day and night to secure Israel. This is the final task, to be safe.
It's a very important job because it's helpful for the IDF to see our enemies and help our troops to know the area. It's a great honor, but also great responsibility.
Once we introduced this program and people see what autistic people can do, I think it changes the way they see them, and it changes the stigma about autism.
It's win-win for the IDF, a win-win for the guy himself, and win-win for the family and us as society.
Because of this program, I am very optimistic about Neta's capability to integrate into the real life.
I'm sure now that Neta is going to be okay. He's going to be independent and to do the job he needs to do. Whatever he chooses, he will do it, and he will do it right. And he will do it good.
Neta is from our first course in 2013.
Ladies and gentlemen, IDF Sergeant Neta Geffen and his parents.
And we were invited to Washington to an APAC committee. And over there, this film was presented in front of 20,000 people in the basketball stadium. Just to create a common ground for all of us, I'll talk a bit about autism. Autism, we know today it's a neurological issue. In the beginning of last century, when it was defined, they were thinking about something that is psychological, mental, but today we know that the brain is built differently. The spectrum is characterized by three aspects: social one, communication one, and behavior one. And the only way today to define if someone is on the spectrum is by the DSM-5. It's the psychiatric book that actually, if a person is answering 5 out of the 10 points over there, he will be diagnosed on the spectrum. And in the DSM-5, they look at 3 severity levels. Severity level number 3, it's maybe the low function, if it's called. Some of them are unverbal. They need intensive care. And there's argue if IQ-wise where they stand, and my point is that it's a communication issue. On the other hand, the high function autism, it's severity level 1. Asperger today is part of severity level 1. And over there, the challenges are mainly socially understanding, communicating. We are dealing in our program with severity level, the high function, severity level 1, and it's very tricky because the spectrum is 1 dimension or 2 dimension and multi-dimension. And a difference between one person on the spectrum to the other is much bigger from the people that are sitting here together. And the spectrum, like the peak of the iceberg. But in there, there's much differences. And the challenge, because the high function is quite tricky. I'll give you an example. We had one of our students, he was almost finishing 2nd degree in university in mathematics, but behavior was a like 10 years old kid. And this phenomena is very, very challenging. We deal with this group of people because the IDF in the year 2000 opened its gate to people to draft as volunteers with two conditions. One, that they are independent, and the other one, that they are not risking themselves or others. So, and you'll see later, and we added another criteria, that they understand what secret is. The other phenomena I want you to know is the numbers, okay? In 1985 in the United States, they were talking about a newborn baby on 2,500. When we started our program in 2012, they already spoke about 1 to 88. 3 years later, they were speaking about 1 to 68. 2 years ago, 1 to 44. There's unanswered phenomena of growth in the number, and it happens. And if you ask why I'm doing what I'm doing, it's because of that. I think it's our responsibility as a community to bring people in, because if it won't do it the right way, instead it will be a very heavy burden, and we should change it into an asset, to have the way to bring in people on the spectrum into communities. So our vision is to provide young adults on the autistic spectrum an opportunity to enhance their strength in core professions while contributing to themselves and to society in a meaningful way. And I think what we managed to do is to give opportunity. And for all of you that's sitting here, giving opportunity makes a difference. And how we do implement it? First of all, we integrate young adults on the spectrum into the military and workforce. We leverage their strength in essential roles. And maybe the most important one that wasn't written in the beginning is providing professional support and guidance. NETA course was the first one, 2013. And then we'll finish after 1 year. And today I would say it on this stage. A person with autism will need support in his working place all his life. The margin will stay. But that's what makes the difference. The other one's secret is the principle. Real need and real capabilities. No one of us wants that you'll do a favor. Each one wants to be with purpose. And once we manage to put together the real need with real capabilities, it works. When we came to the idea of aerial photo analyzing, we went to the head of the unit called 9900 that actually responsible on all the visual data that exists. And we said, this is the idea. Bring in people on the spectrum to become aerial photo analyzers. And he gave us this answer. He said, listen, the amount of data is almost endless. It's getting more and more from satellites, from planes, and so on. Second, I don't see computer replacing a man in the next 20, 30 years. And the third one is lack of manpower. Each person that come, I need. So I understood that there's a real need, but he said the IDF doesn't know how to do it. So we understood that we have to do it by ourselves and to find the solution. So first of all, we looked to the tasks that we thought that people on the spectrum has some kind of advantage. We started with area photo analyzing. At that time was a professor named Yoram Bonnet in the Weizmann Institute that find out that people on the spectrum see differently. And with this understanding, we said, let's go for this, the first task. And I say it humbly, what I believe today, that we are the first one that put this task together with people on the spectrum, aerial photo analyzer. And this was the first profession we'd use. And then we looked for other professions. And we moved into GIS, Geographical Information System. This is very needed profession, infrastructure, municipalities, very big use, and it's developing very, very fast. Software development. This is a nice story. When we looked for the first group of people to join our course, we interviewed 20. And we looked for 12 out of them, as we didn't know the margin between guidance, teachers, and students. So we said 12 is a good number because it's divided to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 6. You can start with that. Out of the 20 was a guy that he is colorblind. He can't be aerial photo analyzers. But his curiosity, his knowledge about everything, especially what's going around, was so unique that we said we can't lose this capability. We went to another intelligent unit in Israel, and we said, let's see what we can do, and we find this task. And it's a big success. A big success. People on the spectrum, one of the criteria is that they have irrelevant field of interest. It can be trains, it can be satellites, it can be playing machines in Japan. But once you manage to take this ability to look into things and you go into the net, it works. Electronic technicians, we looked for professions that not only for computers, but those who have good manual skills. And we opened this kind of, with this job. And data tagging, AI. When we started it 12 years ago, it was on the beginning. Somebody has to teach the AI how to work. And we find out that it's very convenient for people on the spectrum because it has very systematic rules. It's repeated. It's comfortable for them because they're doing a task that is very clear for them. These are the 6 tasks, and all of them we put in a program that has 6 stages. The first stage is locating and sorting. Today, from all over Israel, Israel is the 5th size of Korea. We are smaller, but from all over the country, we located on the last year of the studies, and those who want to come us, we sort them. We built a system how to sort and to find which profession they are suitable, okay? So we look in 2 criteria. First of all, professional-wise, and the second, and not less important, is behavior-wise. Are they able to be part of a framework like a military that is very tough with very strict rules? So we sort them out. And then we move on to the second stage, training course. A unique course doesn't exist anyplace else. I'm saying it because I made lots of courses myself, and why it's so special. It's 3 months, 5 days a week, from the morning to the evening. Half of the time they learn the military profession, and the other half is the working skill and all the life skills that are needed to be a soldier. But the most important thing that happens there, that on top of the military skills and the life skills, they start to recognize themselves and to live with themselves happily. To be autistic, it's a burden. Families sometimes see the kids as punished, as something wrong. And think about a kid that was living his life, difficult life, at home and school, nobody accepts him, to come to a stage that he can look at the mirror, see himself, accept himself as he is, and we wish, love himself as he is. And it's right for all of us, but for those on the spectrum, it's very critical. And our margin of rate of success is high. More than 90% for those who start the course ended successfully. Those 10% that don't manage, it's because it's very hard for them to accept themselves being on the spectrum. And then we move, just this one, a picture from a course. We find out that most of them didn't sleep outdoors any time in their life, so we take them for 2 days trip in the desert. And then we move to the third stage. We developed with the IDF 4 months of trial period before they are recruited. And this period is very important for them to see if the IDF is relevant for them. People on the spectrum in Israel almost automatically are exempt from military service. I think it's the same here in Korea. Okay? And to serve in the IDF is the rite of passage into our society. It means each one meet a person in our country, the second question is where you served in the army. It gives you some kind of hierarchy where you are. And for those on the spectrum that are exempt from military service, to volunteer, to become a soldiers, it brings them to be part of society. And this 4 months trial period, that's still civilians, give them the experience if the military is good for them. And as all of us know, military is not good for everyone. But if it's good for you, it's a good place to be in. And then after this stage, they are recruited. In Israel, the military service is, today it's 2 years and 8 months. They are recruited for 1 year, plus 1 year, plus 8 months. We have every year a point that we can decide, and they can decide that that's enough for them. And I'll show you a picture. This is for Monday. Last Monday, 26 graduates went to the army, and that was the first photo, and this is the second one. They got on uniform, okay, and already via the program, almost 500 of them were drafted, and this course is for aerial photo analyzers. And then they serve in the military. If in the course the team is huge, for each, let's say 12 people, we have a speech therapist, occupation therapist, psychotherapist, and 3 commanders for the army. Once they move into the trial period, into military service, at least once a week, a professional of our team comes to the unit and assist them, assist the commanders, to allow them to succeed in the task. So they serve in the army, they have the support of the program, and then they finish the first year, second year, and then before they finish the military service, we do workshops, great way to employment, just giving them what is to be a citizen after they finish the military service, and give them all the tools they need to be part of the growing up community. And then, once they are released from the army, we are with them, integrating them into the civil workforce. So these are the 6 stages. So where we stand today, we're running 3 courses a year, around 75 soldiers each year. At this moment, there's more than 150 from the north of the country that are serving into the south. Our team is around 30 professionals, and we have more from 80 of our graduates that are working in companies like this.
תוכנית רואים רחוק בעצם מאפשרת לכל בוגר על הרצף האוטיסטי לממש את היכולות ולהביא אותם לידי ביטוי בצבא.
הייתי בצבא כי הייתי בחיל המודיעין, כי עבדתי שם כמפנח תצלומי אוויר בערך 3 שנים.
זה היה מאוד מעניין, ככה גם נחשפתי לכל מיני סוגים וגוונים של אנשים. ככה בעצם ראיתי, עוד לפני שהשתחררתי, את פסיפס החברה הישראלית. נוצר שיתוף פעולה עם אינטל, שהביא לידי כך שאינטל הביאו את הצורך שלהם בסוג של מפענחים. מה שעושים בדיפקט מטרולוגי זה בקרת איכות של הקו, וזה משהו שהוא מאוד דומה למה שרואים רחוק עושים בצבא. הם מפענחים את תצלומי אוויר. במהלך היום שהם נמצאים פה, הם מפנים את כל החבר'ה האחרים שעובדים אצלנו בפעילויות אחרות, והם בעצם לוקחים את כל העבודה על עצמם. העבודה שלי השפיעה מאוד על מחלקת ההנדסה. הם הבינו שהמכונה עשתה תקלה והם צריכים לתיקונים. הבאנו את הבוגרים שלנו, בעלי יכולות הפענוח, ועשינו בעצם את ההשתלבות שלהם בשוק העבודה ביחד.
העבודה שהם עושים היא עבודה לא פשוטה. כשבן אדם נורמטיבי, קשה לו לבצע אותה בצורה אחידה. ודווקא חבר'ה על הספקטרום האוטיסטי מצליחים לבצע אותה יום אחרי יום, באותה רצינות, באמת בצורה מעולה.
החבר'ה בצוות הם עושים לי בדברים וגם נותנים לי עצות בנוגע לעבודה. כיף לי לדבר עם האנשים פה וגם כיף להם לדבר איתי, אני גם הדי-ג'יי.
זה ווין מאוד גדול מבחינתנו.
וזה נותן הרבה אושר וסיפוק פה לכולם.
זה כאילו פרויקט פורץ דרך, צעיר אוטיסט בתפקוד קבוע שרצה בעבודה באינטל.
אתה לא צריך לשבת להיות מובטל בבית, ושאתה באמת בא ועושה משהו שהוא מעניין.
מעבר לזה שהם עושים עבודה מצוינת ביום-יום, עושים עבודה מצוינת מבחינה מקצועית, הם הביאו משהו שכנראה היה חסר לנו עוד במפעל.
בצבא כל הזמן הייתי תלוי במפקד שלי שייתן לי עבודה, ופה אתה כן יכול להמציא לעצמך עבודה.
בעבודה, באינטרנט אתה יכול כאילו לחשוב מחוץ לקופסה, כאילו לחשוב דרכים אחרות, כאילו יצירתיות, כאילו.
לעבוד באינטל זו הצלחה, כי אני הרגשתי בעצם באמת שאני יכול לעשות כל מיני דברים.
אני בדרך הנכונה, בוא נגיד את זה ככה.
כן, טוב לי פה.
This film Intel did, we do have 8 of our graduates working in Intel in Israel, talking about autistic adults face a major challenge in employment. I think more than 80% of them are unemployed and unpaid. That's a research, not I'm saying it. We managed successfully to do it. It was a research done by the Army. And commanders report strong accuracy and persistence, but slow pace and flexibility. So that's according to the research. And the structure of an Army setting provides a powerful pathway to inclusion in civil workforce. So I'm going back to AI, data tagging, okay? Data tagging is really good task for people on the spectrum. Today, in the IDF, we have it's not only visual, we're dealing with audio, we're dealing with text, we're dealing with even more sophisticated, the meaning of the sentences and so on, of tagging, and it's connected to AI, and it's very suitable for people on the spectrum because of very specific rules, it's a routine task, there's no uncertainties. And one of our graduates, I'm quoting him, he said, I am the human touch in the artificial intelligence cycle. That's what he said when he's doing this kind of job. So if you're looking into where we are standing, that we have a very fast developing technology and very fast growing of unique people with us, if we'll manage to put it together, it will be the success of all of us. So I'm here. We have lots of plans to do, but one of the things, and I think today we're on a stage that we want to share our knowledge. I think it has to go international-wise. Thank you.